Good morning. It's almost afternoon. Yesterday I talked about scheduling, and one of the things that came to mind as I was contemplating it and writing my blog post yesterday was that if we were to have an enrichment course for the standardized testing courses, then what would that look like? And basically what I was thinking was that it would start out with, say, a diagnostic, which would reveal basically across the class where the students are good, they're proficient, and where they need improvement. And that way we could start working on mastery of the standards where they need assistance. If they were taking a course that had an end of course exam in April, and they had their enrichment course in the beginning, then it would work the same way. Let's find out where they are. In the case of literature, the grade band for the standards is 9 through 10. So if by the beginning of grade 10 they don't have they haven't mastered or they're not proficient in a particular standard, well, that's the time to teach them. So you start out with a diagnostic, and then just to go back to literature for a second, since most of the literature questions will be on short passages, poems, vocabulary, you can keep the pieces short. You can do a lot more with poetry if you want to. You can include more nonfiction in the enrichment course than you normally do. Focus on grammar, there could be a focus on writing coherent paragraphs or essays, answering prompts well. That seems to be a problem for many. Hello. And to get started with planning, of course, you can look at how your schools have done in the past. You can look at the state and see how things have gone. There are report cards out there for schools and for states in general. So you may have somewhat of an idea. There are also diagnostics available that can really help. I'm I'm not going to give you any brand names, but there are diagnostics available that can help you to figure out where the kids are. And then you take it from there. I would also recommend doing some sort of progress check every couple of weeks, maybe. And see where you are now. See where you are now. Are you there yet? And use that like a GPS to hone in on the location where you want to be. Some people might say, but Heather, isn't that what you're supposed to be doing in every course? Sure. And feel free, to have that type of course. But we are, in this scenario, asking people to forego 3 electives, essentially, to give them up and for us to replace them with these enrichment courses. And I just really like the idea. Kids might balk at the idea, especially those who are tired of English or biology or algebra but I think that they can be interesting, and they can lead to more personalized learning. If you want to go there, there are definitely programs available to help you go there. Where some people are working on multiple choice selection, being able to eliminate incorrect choices, and other people are learning how to write a cohesive, coherent paragraph. He uses topic, sentence, evidence, and commentary. So these are all things to consider when you're trying to schedule your school year in a time that everything's unknown. Who knows where we'll be come late August, September. My friends who are going to start teaching next week are just finding out what their schedules look like now. They're just finding out if they're going to be in person or half and half or all online. It's unreal. It's unreal. So enrichment courses are specifically for that. It's to help students get a better understanding of where they are and where they need to go, what they need to work on, Teachers who are really ambitious can develop individualized learning plans for each student with their help. You can't. Teachers have to release some responsibility. It can't all fall on the teacher. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So, if you work with the student, you teach the student how to analyze their data, how to decide what they're going to work on. I think you'd be in pretty good shape, you know? And start off small. Say you have 4 strands: reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Many of us now have reading split into informational text and fictional. And that's fine. But suppose you have those 4 strands and you get the data and it shows how that student is doing by strand. You can have them choose one strand, to focus in on for their improvement, for their enrichment. Most of the time on standardized tests, there's no speaking and listening component. So it's either reading or writing. And then you can dive in, and look at more specific data. Here's how you did with this particular aspect. Here's how you did with this one. Which one would you like to try to focus on now? And then assign them something. There are a number of sites out there for reading. A lot. Again, no brand names, but there are several. Not as many for writing. Writing, it's hard. It's hard because the teacher needs to really see the writing. Artificial intelligence only takes you so far. So hopefully the class would not be too big, but you can automate the ILP process. There are ways to do that, and I say give it a try. Everything this year, except for in terms of health and safety, everything requires some risk taking. Maybe it won't work out. Maybe it will. We don't know. But we have to try. Again, except for health and safety, I'm feeling pretty firm on that. So, that said, I'm going to let everyone go. Thank you for listening to the bike monologue. Feel free to let me know whether you like it or not. And have a great day.